It's very interesting to see what people drive around in their cars, or with, I should say. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Sally and Larry were remodeling their daughter's bedroom not that long ago, and they ordered a giraffe, a big stuffed, probably 4-foot tall giraffe. When it came in, when it was delivered in a box that they set right beside their red convertible. Looks like a Mustang. They decided to put that giraffe in that convertible and drive it around the first time, just to see, because they thought it was funny. Put it in the back seat. People were laughing. Kids were giggling. People were waving.
It's a convertible, so the roof is down.
Yes, the top's down. Now, it never went to their daughter's room. It has stayed in the garage or in the back seat.
Oh, get out.
Of the convertible, and they ride it around because they want to make people happy.
Oh, is that making people happy?
Absolutely. If I saw a red convertible going down the street, had a stuffed giraffe in the back seat, I would laugh.
Listen, Scott's daughter drives around with some kind of stuffed animal.
She's got a stuffed octopus on her dashboard with a big smiley face, and every time you look at it, you can't help but smile. But she's loved stuffed sea creatures since she was a little girl. But she says it just makes her smile. And now when she pulls into the school parking lot, it makes her friends smile because they see her coming. It's right there in the front.
Junior or senior? She's a senior,
She's
right?
a senior.
Yeah.
And they can immediately identify the car and know that it's hers. And she's now equated with that forever into history.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
What is the most interesting thing you've seen somebody drive around with in their car? 800-447-7234. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. For one family, it's their daughter's 4-foot tall giraffe, stuffed giraffe in their car. Looks amazing. They have a convertible, so the top's down. And then there's the giraffe in the back seat.
And people wave at it and they laugh. We do that with our dog, Charlie, and I'll see people taking pictures of her and just commenting. My neighbors comment.
You just gave me a memory of a guy who drove around with a motorcycle with a pig in the sidecar.
Oh, my goodness. Did it have a helmet?
And glasses. And the scarf. Everything. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, Ray texted and sent us a picture of his dashboard, and he drives a Jeep, and it's all the little rubber duckies, and they're all one has a mohawk, which is hilarious. So, yeah, it makes him smile and other people, too.
Wendy's here at 800-447-7234. What about you, Wendy?
I used to drive around with those little solar, like, bobbleheads. You know, they kind of would dance, like it might be a little flower that would dance. So I would have about 5 or 6 of them on my dashboard, and all my daughter friends would know whose van it was because I'd come with all my little solar dancers on my dashboard.
What made you even put the first one in your car?
My friend, instead of sending me like a hula girl, she sent me a dancing flower. So she said, here, in lieu of a hula girl. So I put that on the dashboard just to be goofy, and everybody loved it. People would come up to me, they're like, I love your dashboard.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So there is a couple that drives around with a giraffe in the back of their red convertible just to make people smile.
It's a stuffed giraffe, by the way, 4 foot tall. Don't think it's from the zoo.
Although that would be awesome.
Right?
All right, so Krista texted. Here's something she saw that was kind of weird. Not necessarily making people smile, but maybe it did for her. She said they saw a deceased deer in the front seat.
A dead deer?
Yeah.
I like how she put it.
Yeah,
deceased.
But it had a seatbelt on.
What?
Yeah. I think it didn't need the seatbelt at that point.
Not at that point, no.
Christy texted and said her daughter wrecked her car and she wanted to keep the car, so what they needed to replace was the bumper, and what they found was a red bumper. So they put a red bumper on a silver car. She thinks it looks like lipstick. She put flowers all over it, and it makes her and everybody else smile.
So it looks like the front of her car has lipstick on.
Yes. I think the next thing she needs to do is buy the eyelashes that you can put on.
There you go, right on the headlights, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So Marie's here at 800-447-7234.
My uncle had a bull named Hunter Renfro, and he rode Hunter around in his truck.
How did he get the bull in his truck?
Really, it was a lot smaller then. Birthing complications, so he had to really take good care of him when he was small. We have photos.
You have to send us a photo of it.
I will. And then I teach driver's ed, and we pulled up beside a minivan with a miniature pony in the back seat.
And see, this one family was driving around with a stuffed 4-foot giraffe in their Mustang convertible, but not a real animal like this in their car. Wow.
That one is in, I have that as video footage. I would have to find it. I wanted to use it in one of my classrooms and just show the other students some of the amazing things we get to see.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
I don't know if you've ever found something unique while you were cleaning up the house, or maybe you've heard about it. 800-447-7234. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. There's this one woman cleaning up a house. It was her dad's or grandfather's. Found grenades. These were live grenades. They had to send in the robo-police robots, the bomb-exploding things,
That is not good.
to retrieve them out of the house.
That is not good.
I know, dangerous and crazy, but everybody's safe. Everybody's good. I mean, Liz, what was it? It was something to do with Joey, your husband.
Yeah, we went on vacation and we had a VRBO, and he takes his ring off at night. And so he put it on the counter or whatever and never could find it again.
At that Airbnb type place.
Yes.
Wow.
So I called, after we left, and I called the owner, and I was like, hey, if you find it, if the house cleaners find it, months went by. We finally get a call, and they're like, they just found it.
No.
So I took that ring. We went on a date night, and we went to Outback, and I popped the question.
No, you did
Yes,
not.
I did.
What'd he say?
He said yes.
He said yes. Isn't that so
It was
sweet?
so sweet.
Oh, I'm
So,
very
yeah.
happy for you guys.
Thank you.
When's the ceremony?
Well, the ceremony happened almost 25 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
You
I
should
did-
renew the vows now.
Well, I wanted to, but we took a vacation instead.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
We were vacationing in the Outer Banks. Had a check with me that I lost. I had no idea where I lost it. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. His radio turned out it was in that Airbnb at the Outer Banks where it was.
Oh, my goodness.
Cleaning people mailed it to us.
They did?
I was shocked.
Wow.
Totally shocked and grateful because I was in
Yes.
a lot of trouble. You
Wasn't
know,
a $2 check.
right? Rob and Liz in the morning. His radio. Okay, Kara is here. What happened to you, Kara?
Crazy story is I had an Apple Watch, and in March I had taken it off and I just laid it on the shoe rack. I had forgotten that I had done it and could not find my Apple Watch anywhere, which is rather expensive toy. I was convinced it had gone to the landfill. I searched my house upside down, my yard. I could not find it anywhere. Over a year later, in the winter, I had gone to put a pair of boots on that were in the shoe rack, and lo and behold, there is my Apple Watch down on my shoe.
In the shoe.
How in the world?
Why didn't winter come earlier?
Right?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
There's sugar craving. It's a reality. There are people who have it. Liz, I think, sugar cravings.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine Jake, sugar cravings.
24/7.
Yeah. 24/7. Ninja, one of our producers, sugar.
Not so much.
Really?
I'm more of a salty person.
Yeah, I like chips too.
Yeah.
I like chips. But they say there is a hack that is tried and true that will help you curb the sugar cravings. Are you ready for what it is?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Watch other people on YouTube eating candy.
I just,
That's what it is.
okay, so I can kind of get behind it. I kind of can.
What do you mean?
I
How?
kind of can get
How are
behind
you
it.
behind that?
Live vicariously. If I'm not smelling it, you bring it near me and you start eating it, I'm probably going to come at you hard. I'm going to grab it out of your hand. I'm going to eat it if you're tempting me with it.
Okay.
But if you're watching it on a video, and I'm not one to sit around and watch videos of people doing much of anything, especially eating, maybe it fills that little void that you're trying
Not
to
me.
fill.
If I see people eating, I don't care where, even if it's a YouTube video, I'm hungry.
In person, yes. Yes. And I don't think I'm hungry.
I
just
am.
want something.
I see
or
it.
I'm
I'm like,
bored.
look at that. I'm hungry all of a sudden. I want that cake. I want those chips. I want that candy. I want. Thank you, YouTube.
But hold up. Let's step back. Because
Step back from what?
people in my family say this, like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, wait a minute. But you just had something like 30 minutes ago. You're not hungry. You're just bored and you want something. Now, I'm not saying I don't give into it, too.
Listen, I'm hungry now.
Well, you haven't eaten. I've not seen you eat anything yet
No.
this morning.
Mm-mm.
So that's why you're hungry. I had a protein ball, so I'm good.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I am really at awe on what they have done here with this one. They call it a nano van for wheelchair users. And here's what it is. It's a small van or vehicle or car. You might as well call it a car that one passenger and it's one person in a wheelchair can fit in. And the steering wheel is handlebars, or you can have a steering wheel if you want. So in the back, it opens up. It only fits one person and one wheelchair. And so the ramp comes down electronically. The wheelchair person goes into this vehicle. It closes up, and then they can take off. It's a four-wheel vehicle for wheelchair users.
Kind of looks like a smart car that doesn't have the back seat, is what it looks like to me. It's that sort of shape. It may be just a little bit longer than a smart car, but it's kind of the same thing. My takeaway is I haven't seen, because I'm looking at pictures of it now, but I haven't seen like a seatbelt, like anything to hold in the person that's in the wheelchair in case of an accident, taking a hard turn, and that kind of thing. So I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah, and I wonder if the wheels lock down.
Maybe, but at the same time, I mean, if you're in an accident, there needs to be some sort of restraint system for the person.
They did not consult Liz on this.
You know they didn't. I'm all about safety first.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Happiest people in the world. Happiest people in the world.
Oh,
Somebody
who are they?
did a study and said they are older women who believe in God and are retired. And I'm like, sounds about right.
Can I ask this question? I don't
Sure.
know if I'm
I may
allowed
not
to
know
ask
the-
this question, but here's my question.
I know what it is.
What is it then?
What is older?
Yeah. What is older women? What does that mean? Is
Because-
that 35 and older? Is it 50 and
Oh
older?
my goodness, hold on.
What is it?
I need to take a deep breath if you
Now
think
listen.
older women is 35.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
There is a new dialect that is forming, a new accent that is forming. I don't know if you know this, but people actually live in Antarctica near
You
the
wouldn't
South
think.
Pole. That's crazy. It's only about 1,000 in the winter months that live in Antarctica. That's where, penguins live.
And polar bears.
And a few human beings in Antarctica. But there are, I think it's Britain and maybe some Americans that live there, English speaking, and they have a new type of accent that they've come up with just because they're spending time with each other. It's only about 1,000 of them, and it's different from anywhere else. You can understand what they're saying, but you know how Louisiana is different from the Carolinas, how Texas is different from Alabama with a southern accent, and how New Jersey is different from New York. All these different accents. So now there's an Antarctica accent.
That's so weird to me. Now, these are all like researchers because, people aren't moving to Antarctica to open a general store
It's
or
a great
Best Buy.
school system.
I think it's just the reason.
Yeah, the local foodie
Right.
in Antarctica, it's amazing. You should try the coffee shops.